We're in Fresno, California. We just finished installing a new flange on this toilet. When we got here, the toilet was rocking pretty good and leaking. So we pulled the toilet. First thing we noticed was a repair flange that was put in place. So you can find part of it that's sticking in there. If not, it's fine. Just leave it. Okay, so this is what the flange that they used. And so it had corroded through, water had been leaking, and it had broken through. Plus these holes you see, that's for the mounting screws. You had about 4 in there, but in the wrong place, so where the bolts went, it was pulling the flange up. So we showed this to the homeowner when we first got here. So that's just a repair flange. The one down below is pure ABS. You got a 4-inch 3x4 closet bin down below, and then a 4-inch flange beneath this one. And both of the bolt holes right here were completely snapped out of place, so that's why they used the repair flange. Unfortunately, to bolt it back down, it pulls up at this location and this location, and that flange wasn't going to do it. So we talked to them about putting a new flange in. We did. What's nice about this is not only bolted down, but it also is glued in. So we have a pipe that actually glues into the existing sewer pipe down there. So in here, it's glued. And then we've got about 6 screws in there. We like to keep the screws tight to the bolts because that's where all the pressure, upward pressure is happening. So all these marks on here, that's for the existing screws, and then from the original ABS flange, and then more screws from the repair flange that they had put in. So we couldn't put any screws in that area because there's already a screw broken off in those locations. But we could get them in right here, which is very close to the bolt. We also put another one in right here. And this is normally if you're, 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, and you decide you're changing a toilet again and you need to remove the bolt. It will slide past this, but that's the way the bolt slides in. Brand new 1/4-inch by 3-inch bolts. They'll get cut down, of course, after we mount the toilet. You've got, these are all Tapcon screws for cement. And so you've got 6, 1 on either side of the toilet. Pretty close right there, and then right next to it, same thing over here, and then another screw right here and right there. And honestly, like I say, all the movement is here and here. So you're bolted down pretty good. 6 screws on the floor. And anyways, we'll go ahead and start working on your toilet. Get that installed. We'll take another video when we're done. So we're still here in Fresno, California. First part of the video, we showed you the repair flange that we put down, glued in and screwed down. So you're in good shape there. You got a little bit of concrete around the perimeter that's missing on the toilet. I don't know if that'll affect the lino going down, but it covers it up pretty good. The toilet sits very nice to the floor, meaning there's no unevenness on the concrete. So around the perimeter, didn't take any shims. So uninstalling this, shut the valve off, pull that line up here, and then go ahead and unscrew it. And so, unfortunately, once this toilet is removed again, we no longer warrant the installation. We warrant the flange unless you do something to damage the flange during reinstallation. It's heavy duty. It's very thick steel, like 16 gauge, maybe 14 gauge steel, and then glued in, screwed in. So you don't need to over tighten these bolts. A lot of contractors do. We don't. We snug them up. If there's any movement, we like to put plastic shims around the perimeter to get it to stay still. So it's still, it's mounted, it's not leaking. It's filling correctly, shutting off correctly, and flushing correctly. And this was provided by the homeowner. It's a Delta. That's our new supply line, by the way. So, and that valve looks newish. It's a brass craft, same thing we use. And so it's 1/4 turn on, 1/4 turn off. It's a great valve. And of course, a new connector. The lid in the package, we didn't even open it, comes in a cardboard box, and it's sealed around the perimeter. As soon as we took it out of there, you could shake it and you could hear that it's damaged. And so wherever you bought it, Lowe's, Home Depot, just take it back over there, tell them the lid was cracked, and get a replacement. You do have a paper that we'll hand to you that's got replacement parts on it, which is nice. So it'll give you like the flapper, the flapper down there, which is the same thing right there, and the fill valve, just components so that you can maintain this toilet. And that's real nice too. You've got the model number for the toilet right there. But we'll give you that little document. There's Delta's contact information. Anyways, everything here looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.